Matthew Davenport. It's nice to meet you.
Matt, thanks for coming today. Great to meet you.
You're welcome.
Here at the Schmidt School of Professional Sales at the University of Toledo, we have a unique opportunity to follow our students after they have graduated and begun their careers as professional salespeople. We're seeing that within the first year or so of entering the workforce, a consistent theme seems to emerge, and that they report feeling at a disadvantage in selling to customers who are as much as 2 generations older than themselves. So we decided to study this phenomenon, which we refer to as intergenerational relationship selling. Our research questions centered around whether the millennial generation of salespeople, that would be ages ranging from 22 to 29, experience challenges building relationships with buyers who are older, and if so, what strategies they use to deal with these challenges. Our findings both confirmed what we expected, based on theory, and surprised us as to how resilient and optimistic this group of salespeople were when faced with intergenerational relationship selling obstacles.
The typical accountant, per se, is between the ages of 50 plus years old. Typically, you do think of male, but they're all in the older generation, so about double my age. Yeah. When it comes to the accounting world, they're used to first starting off with just pen and paper, and showing them that there's a software capable of
calculators, right?
Yep, calculators. There's different toolboxes for them to use and make it easier. Was definitely a difficult task for me.
So by nature of their age, relative to the generations preceding them, this generation of 20-somethings tend to be more connected using social media and prefer to communicate online versus face-to-face. In the workplace, they're very ambitious, goal-oriented, and job-changing is considered commonplace. So, it was necessary to conduct this research in the context of comparing groups that need to interact and work together, yet are dissimilar. So in looking for a theoretical framework to build this research around, we found that social identity theory was a very good fit. The premise behind this theory is that individuals will place themselves in categories or groups which they can compare to other categories or groups based on a common attribute. Age is one factor that can be used.
Well, I started sales in the technology field, so I started selling like iPhones and iPads and stuff like that. And the older generation grew up with the VCR era, where you literally needed an IT degree to set it up. And so when they came into the store and I was trying to tell them about new technology, they're like, you know, no way, we've tried new things, it was a horrible experience, I just want to stick with what I have. So it's really overcoming that barrier of misconceptions and trying to let them understand that, you know, things are easier now and that, you know, I can teach you how to use them.
So according to theory, salespeople should be able to form interpersonal relationships with buyers that are similar to them in age group due to similarities in interests, experiences, and outlook. Buyers that are from an older age group are expected to create interpersonal barriers that may cause our millennial salespeople to feel challenged, scrutinized, and even rejected. Another aspect of social identity theory is that individuals will use identity management strategies to compensate for their feelings of disadvantagedness due to their outgroup status.
Our findings revealed that millennial salespeople seem to be frustrated and dissatisfied with their inability to relate to older generation buyers on an interpersonal level. Despite this challenge, they feel a sense of confidence that they can sell across generational differences.
We believe that the credibility was earned through quality, knowledge, and overall benefit to the buyer. I think once that credibility is established, then they can see that this is beyond the youth and it's more about a partnership and the benefits that they will have long term.
Among some of the strategies reported to increase their levels of confidence and overcome skepticism were to establish similarities, credibility, and dependability. Other themes pointed towards demonstrating high levels of professionalism and even using youthful energy as an advantage.
This summer I talked to a guy named George who, the first time I called him, it was very brief and I had to call him back in a couple of days, and when I talked to him it seemed that the credibility wasn't there, and he had instantly called out that I seemed young and I sounded young. That was hard to overcome.
From a sales management perspective, our study draws attention to the fact that intergenerational relationship selling among millennial salespeople is in fact a real issue. Understanding this, sales managers may wish to coach and counsel their salespeople so that it does not come as a surprise and shock when they are met with buyer reluctance or skepticism. This also draws attention to the idea that firms should address this issue during new hire sales training. This can be done using creative exercises, and role plays to help younger salespeople practice and prepare for sales calls with older buyers.